listening to the Deep Purple Podcast, a fan podcast devoted to one of the greatest bands in rock history, Deep Purple. Your hosts, Nate and John, cover their shared history with the band, discover new music together, and cover the farthest reaches of the Deep Purple family tree and beyond. Here's Nate and John now.
Welcome to the Deep Purple Podcast, a fan podcast devoted to one of the greatest bands in rock history, Deep Purple. Today's episode is episode number 341, Phenomena 2, Dream Runner. And from the spooky suburbs of Chicago, I'm your host, Nathan Beaudry.
And coming to you from the suburbs of Providence, beware, beware, beware of the big green dragon that sits on your doorstep. He eats little boys, puppy dog tails, and big fat snails. I'm your co-host, John Matola.
Nice transition there. What is that from?
So if this is a bit of a deep cut, it is Bela Lugosi.
Oh,
non-Dracula role is one of his Ed Wood roles.
Oh, okay. Which role was it?
Oh, I was going to say it was one of those shit movies.
Oh, that one.
They're all shit movies, but no, it's if you remember the 1994 film Ed Wood.
I do.
That's obviously all based on real movies and speeches. It's one of the movies that he was in, but that was kind of featured as one of his scenes where he was delivering those lines with all of the seriousness and just integrity behind it, and just puffing his chest up and like, I'm going to deliver this like a Shakespearean actor, and it was like
deliver this Drek like
but this was I think it was, at least in the movie, he sniffed some ether before he delivered these lines. So
I love that. It's like so old timey, ether. It's like opium. It's like, it just seems like just such an old fashioned. It's like something you'd read in a Sherlock Holmes that he'd be getting high on. I guess sometimes he's doing coke, but
well, yeah, I thought for this Halloween episode, we go in a little bit of a different direction. Happy Halloween, everybody!
Happy Hughes-a-Ween. This is our third Hughes-a-Ween.
Hughes-a-Ween 2025 coming at you.
Yeah, we're revisiting another Phenomena album. We did the first Phenomena album last Hughes-a-Ween. And this Hughes-a-Ween will be visiting, I should say, the second album, the follow-up, the sequel, Phenomena 2.
Will it be spooky? Who knows?
Spooky boogaloo, who knows? It's got spooky elements. Definitely the artwork and the subject matter is kind of spooky. But we'll get into that in a minute. First, we have to do something, which is to thank our patrons. And of course, that means, if I can find which show notes here, that means... Where the heck is it? Oh, here it is. Our executive level patrons at the in memoriam tier, the wonderful late Gerald, Jerry, Kelly, and family. At the $25 Uncommon Man tier, Ovis Nakvi and Purple Maniac. At the 20 is Plenty tier, Alan. At the 10-pound Good Doctor tier, Dr. Mike Catan. And at the Turn It Up to $11 tier, Clay Wambacher, Frank T. Elgard Mortensen, Mikkel Steen, Will Porter, PhD PP, and Michael, don't call him Bradford Bagford. At the $10 Someone Came tier, Ryan M., Jeff Bryce, Victor Campos, Better Call Saul Evans. And Peter from Illinois. And at what was once the Hughes-a-Ween by 2033 tier, but is now the Deep Thoughts by John Matola tier, Mr. Fielding Fowler.
And now, Deep Thoughts by John Matola.
I thought he was in Deep Purple. That's fine.
Thank you so much. all of you for your generous support. And then we would be remiss if we did not thank our Hall of Fame members, starting with
Rich, Yangui, Shaylo.
And then we have Jorg Planer and Norman Weichelbaum. Thank you to all of you for your support. What do you get as a patron, you ask? Well, firstly, you get access to our live streams and our ratings episode, the next of which is Burn. We'll be ranking that one. We've also already got a bunch of rankings in. Get us your rankings by December 1st, and they'll be included in the episode. You'll be able to join us on the live stream, listen along, comment, and in the chat and all that sort of stuff. It's a lot of fun. We get a lot of activity and a lot of people joining us for those episodes. But that is not all. You also get access to our ratings spreadsheet and our Too Hot for YouTube banned episodes or forbidden episodes on Patreon. You also get access to those. A ranking spreadsheet. I think that's all the stuff that you get, all the fun stuff. And that brings us to today's episode, Phenomena 2. So, John, what are your thoughts on, what do you remember about last year's Phenomena episode?
Nothing.
You don't remember anything?
No, honestly, if you jogged my memory, I might, but I don't.
I would say our take on it was not that it was maybe a little half-baked. We definitely had
Sounds
a
about
lot of requests for that one. A lot of people remember it fondly. Features Hughes, features a lot of the folks that we've talked about for years and years. But maybe that it just didn't deliver on the promise, that the imagery and everything that it kind of conjured up, it didn't really come through in the music. It just kind of seemed like it kind of purported itself to be this grand concept album, but I didn't really hear it in like the lyrics or the music. It was just kind of, the lyrics to me, as I remember, were just kind of generic. It wasn't like, it didn't seem to be telling this story that it was through the booklet and through the artwork and through what they said about the album.
It's coming back to me a little bit now.
But will Phenomena 2 do the same? That can't say. So we will know by the end of this episode. We'll see how it ranks against Phenomena 1. So we have on this episode the band, or I should say the musicians. It's a studio project. Bass, Neil Murray. On drums, we have Michael Sturgis, who so this was something that I found when I was reading about him. He played with Adrian Smith from Iron Maiden in a band or a project called Psycho Hotel. Sorry, I'm sure a lot of you know it. I don't know anything about it. He's played with Asia, Drac Bruce, Wishbone Ash, Elton John, David Bowie, Tom Jones, a lot of folks. Here's something I'm completely ignorant about. You probably know, or everyone else probably knows but me, but he toured with the Norwegian band Aha. I didn't know Aha was Norwegian.
I didn't know that either.
No. I mean, figure might as well, but Aha's Norwegian. I just always assumed they were just some American 80s band.
Me too.
It probably goes from never ever looking up anything about them ever.
Well, it's a lot of with those one hit wonder type of bands. You don't know anything about them.
Yeah.
I certainly don't. So yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a weird thing that like you or I have never didn't know that.
Yeah. I wonder.
It'd be funny. I'm like, Nate, everybody knows they're Norwegian.
Chime in, everybody. Let me know. I'm sure our Norwegian listeners must know.
Well, yeah, I would think so. But
chime in if you're learning that for the first time. I mean, if I had heard that they were a UK band, I wouldn't have been surprised. But I did not know they were Norwegian.
Me neither.
We have on drums Toshiro Nimi, who's a Japanese drummer from the band Bow Wow.
Very
Bow Wow.
I guess very Japanese sounding.
I guess they were sometimes called Vow Wow, which is weird. They like changed their name to Vow Wow. I don't know why. But
All right.
also guitar from that same band, Bow Wow or Vow Wow, Kyoji Yamamoto. And then on guitar as well, John Thomas from the band Budgie. And all I know about them is that song Bread Fan, and that Dave Mustaine was like cited them as like a huge influence on him.
Yep, that's it. I know the same thing.
It's like bread fan, brought him in a fan and a bread fan. I don't know. I just kind of know that that song. That's my Budgie impression.
I know the Metallica version.
Oh, did they? Yeah, that makes sense that they would have done it. I'm sure that just pissed off Dave Mustaine even more.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like he needs an excuse to be any more pissed off than he already is.
Yeah. He's gonna do eight interviews with Blabbermouth this week about how he was the one who got James into Budgie. Never gets old. Then, of course, on guitar, Mel Galley, not surprising, as this is his brother Tom's project. Scott Gorham of Thin Lizzy on guitar as well. So got some pretty big names there. On keyboards and sampler, Leif Johansson, who was the keyboardist in, you guessed it, Aha! So there's an Aha connection here.
Interesting.
Aha! Music and lyrics by Tom Galley. On vocals, we have a returning Glenn Hughes. We have John Wetton of Uriah Heep fame, also in UK, King Crimson and Family. I don't know if he was in Family at the same time as Tony Ashton, but Family. Also on vocals, Max Bacon, who's the singer in a band called GTR. I don't know GTR, I know GNR.
Sounds delicious.
GTR sounds delicious. Or Max Bacon. Yes, that makes more sense.
Max Bacon.
Max. Yeah, his less delicious brother, Min Bacon. We like Max Bacon. He was also in a band called Moby Dick and Nightwing. And then on vocals, your buddy Ray Gillen.
Ooh.
Badlands, Black Sabbath, and Blue Murder fame.
Ooh, I'm going to like that.
So, yeah. All right. And then
the other Gillen that I like.
The other Gillen, yeah. Pork's the other white meat, and Ray is the other white Gillen, I guess. Co-produced by Jerry Kitchingham, Leif Johansson, who, again, from Oha. And produced by Tom Galley. Then that takes us to the cover art. Which is right here, and very, similar. It's got some similarities and themes from the first album. But John, what do you think of this cover art?
Looks like it's trying to be reminiscent of that movie poster for Firestarter. You remember that one with Drew Barrymore when she was a kid?
Yep.
That's what that looks like. That's what makes me think of. But yeah, it looks pretty cool, but I'll have to say there's a lot going on here. So it's this is one of those this is one of those albums where if I see the album cover, I would immediately think, this probably sounds like some proggy Dream Theater thing. I'm gonna keep moving because it does. It gives me that impression with all of the heads, lined up like it's a consulate or something, and the girl in the middle is sitting in judgment or whatever. And I don't know. It's a very kind of futuristic sci-fi looking. That kind of thing has honestly always turned me off, like that, like Queensryche, like all that kind of stuff. I'm just kind of like boring. It's too technical for me. It's like it doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
Too sterile.
Okay, fair enough.
So, but I mean, that's what the album cover makes me think of. That, like, objectively, very, very cool. A lot of stuff going on here. Looks like they had some budget there, I guess, to do something. Looks like a concept might be going on.
Yeah, it's So you've got the girl from the first album. It's kind of, I think it's the same. The same art in the center of the image from that first album, which is the girl with the hands and the little swirling thing. Looks like she's like casting a spell or doing something.
Mhm.
she's surrounded by like weird like electronic items. It looks like tubes from an amp or something that are like, or like what do they call those things, like the, you know, like the Tesla coils, or not Tesla, but you know what I mean, like where there's gonna be like a little zzz, 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 like to go in between the tubes or whatever.
Electrodes? I don't know. I know what
Sure.
you mean.
We'll go with that. And then, yeah, you've got it almost, at first I thought it was almost like the same person kind of aging or something in the back, like being stamped and aging, but it does look like a bunch of different people. It looks like Einstein on the left almost, with like the wild white hair, like a mad scientist type.
Yeah.
And then the guy on the right looks like that guy from House. You know, like the doctor that's like his friend. Robert Sean Leonard is the actor.
Nope.
You've probably seen him in things.
Maybe.
But yeah, he kind of looks like him. Yeah, and it looks, very similar to the first one, which had this kind of very compelling art that turns you off. So what is it? What is it about it that turns you off? It's just like, I don't want, like, I just want to hear some songs. I don't want to hear like this whole story and follow that. And
I feel like when you see an album like this, like it goes back to when we used to see an album cover, a CD cover, or whatever, and buy music based on the image that was on the album, right? You'd be like, wow, that's really cool. I'm buying that. So what this looks like to me are it would give me the impression that the music within would be something kind of like technical and sci-fi-ish and polished and produced really polished or whatever, and not really my thing, rather than four on the floor, guitar, bass, and drums, rock and roll.
Yeah, this would be like the opposite of Four on the Floor. It would be like no song on this would have a straight time signature through the whole song.
Right, and that's
like,
that's the impression that like the whole photograph and the album cover gives me. Like it looks complicated. So my thought process is like, well, the music in it must be like complicated, hence it will bore me. And of course, nothing wrong with complex time signatures and technical players. I love some of that, but it's just, I think that style of music, or at least that's what it gives me the impression of. Now, if you saw this album cover and then all of a sudden you put it on and it sounded like friggin' the Temptations, you'd be like, what the hell?
That would be great. It's like a vocal group from the 50s.
But sometimes it happens, But it's kind of like when I saw the only thing I can think of, it just keeps popping in my head, is when I used to see Come Taste the Band before I could afford it or I bought it. When I would see like the cassette in like the mall record store, I just saw that, the band in the glass and in the goblet or whatever, and the colors and everything, and I'm just like, well, there's John Lord and there's Ian Pace, and then there's all these other people. Like, I gotta have this. Like, what is this? It was compelling, and if you look at it, of course, now is like really kind of hokey, because Hughes is just like looking off to the side, like, what? But Lord's mustache is kind of funny, and he's got a funny grin. But anyways, we're not talking about that album. But it's like that's a difference between, you see like a fun album cover like that or something you already know. Or when I used to go record shopping, I would just like when I was in high school, and records were actually like $1. They were like next to nothing because nobody collected vinyl. I would pick up anything that looked cool or interesting or whatever, and that's a lot of times like the music would try to would mirror what was within. So that's why I feel like this looks kind of like, it looks like a lot.
Yeah, definitely they've crammed a lot in there. But it would be kind of like the first one. Is it going to make sense once we start listening to the music?
Right.
All right, so that's the front cover. On the inside, you've got this kind of cool, I like when they do stuff like this. It's a it looks like film strip, and it's like pictures of all the guys in the band. Like it looks like probably during the recording session. On the center is a picture of the band. Then you've got the lyrics sheet on the other side of the sleeve for the vinyl. You've got the labels from the vinyl, the back cover, which again just lists the players and lists the side 1, side 2 tracks. And then this is for the single they released, and this is kind of a cool visual of all the guys in the band.
Ha! See, there's Hughes in his vampire phase. So
yeah, which is perfect. Yeah, I totally missed Hughes on this the first time I saw it. And then Gillen's up front, and Murray is right beside him. Mel Galley's wearing that brace. So this must have been after he had that accident. He had that bad accident, and he couldn't play for a little while, but he's got like a wrist brace on. So I wonder if it was like after this was recorded or whatever it was. I don't know.
Kind of weird though, because you look at, maybe it's because we know how Hughes looked outside of this period, but he looks like a fish out of water in this picture. He just looks like some bum that just showed up and photobombed.
Yeah, it's not his best look, and he's yeah. So that's the "Did It All for Love" single, and then here's a little like ad that was in, I think it was from Kerrang. It shows all the Glenn Hughes vocals, ex Deep Purple, John Wetton vocals, Asia, Ray Gillen vocals, Black Sabbath. Lists all the players and where they're from, and just got a little close up of the album cover. The album, cassette and compact disc. Well, it says the album, cassette and like the album is one of the formats. I guess they mean like vinyl album.
Yeah, I know it was still dying out, but trending toward the other two.
Yes,
around this time. Well, what year was this?
This was, I want to say 87. Let me see. 87.
I mean, it looks, I was going to say it looks like mid to late 80s.
Which is funny. I don't think you can find many photos from Glenn in this period. I mean, it looks very similar to his like 85-ish, 85 or 86 where he's in Black Sabbath. Yeah. Maybe 85 to 86. I don't remember the exact years, but he's looking similar to that look. But yeah, you don't see much. There's not a lot of photos of him from the mid 80s.
I mean, that's probably good, seeing as that he used Nosferatu as his inspiration, the inspiration for his look around that time. I'm still convinced that he was just watching The Lost Boys, and he was just like, "Yeah, I'm going to do that for a few years."
Yeah, I like Kiefer Sutherland. Looks really cool. That's what I'm going for.
I mean, objectively, it's not a bad look. Just like on Hughes, it's like I can't wrap my head around it. Every time I see it, I'm like, ha. Yeah, I don't know. I like the the original, his original look, and then the one that he had up until recently when he cut his hair again is just kind of like the long hair and the kind of 70s, rocking the 70s vibe.
And that was that early period. Was it Medusa? I think it was a Medusa in Trapeze where he had the beard, and he actually looked really cool when he was really young with the beard. But but he had the kind of, he was going for that George Michael, like I've got 75% of a beard look, and it didn't really translate.
Well, it was also different, I think, back then too. That was more like, this was different because he kind of had a mullet too.
Yes, for sure, yeah.
Didn't really help. Which, I mean, if anybody was just like, Hughes was out of his mind in the 80s, that the fact that he had a mullet and dressed like a vampire was two cues right there that he wasn't dealing with the full deck.
But having a mullet was a little more respectable back then. Oh, well, respectable might be the word. Accepted, maybe not respectable.
We'll go with accepted.
Yeah, it wasn't like, it wouldn't turn heads like it would now. Like, you ever see somebody with like a totally raging mullet now, and you're like, you just didn't get the memo, or clearly you have to know, and you just don't care. Sometimes you see little kids with it.
You know what? I do see that more often than not, where a little kid can get away with it because it's just like, oh, okay, they went to one of those kid haircut places and they're just like, let's do something off the wall like that or a mohawk or something, and then it
Yeah.
lasts until the next haircut. What that, you know, fine. I know that a lot of style is cyclical, it comes back, and there are some people, I don't know who, but I'm sure that there are some people they try and do like an updated, quote unquote, updated mullet or something like that. Maybe they look good with it, but I think you got to have a certain style and whatever for it to work. I haven't seen it yet, but you
No.
know,
I've also seen little kids with like the rat tail
ugh, ugh.
in like
That came back.
in the year of our Lord 2025 with a rat tail.
Oh, Jesus, a rat tail. The fact that it was even called a rat tail originally, it's like, why did that ever come back? Jesus.
Yeah, a rat tail. It wasn't like a very it wasn't a very complimentary sounding name.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a badge of honor. No.
Yeah, you just have this weird little short hair, but a little whoop-de-doo on the back.
Mm.
Looks like a rat's tail.
Yeah, it's just like what that thing? You remember you have like a shirt, like a button-up shirt, and there was that little loop around the back
yeah,
under the
yeah.
collar, and like the kids, like I used to have a couple of shirts that had that,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
kids would like loop their finger under it and then yank back at it and go fag tag.
Yep. And they would pull you back and like choke you and
Good times, good
Yeah.
times.
Why was that thing even there?
I don't know. I mean,
It didn't serve any purpose other than making it easy for people to A, make fun of you, or B, like strangle you from behind
choke
a
you
class.
out, yeah.
And the
No, well,
teacher
I mean-
couldn't see it. You just like, "Whoa!"
I mean, I have some of those on like sweatshirts and shit that I have now, like on the inside where you can like take it and like hang
Yeah.
it up.
But then you wouldn't do
Like
that
on a
anyway because you
hook,
take it off
but-
the rack and you'd have this big whoop in your sweater.
Well, yeah, exactly. So it works like on the inside behind your neck, but why would it be on the outside? I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Okay, so before we get into the music, we will thank our next round of patrons, which is, of course, our foundation level patrons, coming in at the $6.99, the nice price plus tier. We have Spike the Rock Cat's Ghost and Sugar Tea. At the episode $6.66 tier, we have Steve Coldwell,
Steve.
Arthur Smith,
Getting support from the patron Arthur Smith.
Anton Glaving,
Pain in the glaving!
and Charles Meadows. At the $6.65 Almost Evil tier, we have Kenny Wymore and Richie Sucksmith. At the 70 Norwegian Kroner tier, we have Kai Runa Yes, I'm Norwegian Olsen.
It's a great life in the Norwegian. It's a
At the $5.99 The Nice Price tier, we have Robert Smith and Adrian Hernandez. At the 70 Kroner Scandinavian Nights tier, DJ Newt Morton Johansson.
it's a great life in the Norwegian.
At the €5.50 tier, Merline Rota. And at the £4 Lucy 4 tier, we have Duncan Leask.
Dancing I want it, dancing I want it, a dancing I want it.
At the $5 money lender tier, John Convery, German Heindel, Jesper Alman, Alexei the Perfect Stranger, Slepikoff, Kev Roberts, Scott Zerns, Cynthia Doobie, Raf Calf,
My Czechoslovakian is not so good.
Coyote Bongwater, John Maselli,
Oh, yeah, we were doing great. Had to take you to school in a Sherman tank.
Sarah Sanders,
No, Kelly Clarkson!
Jelly Bean, Evan Robeson, Purple Swede,
Sweet.
and Ralphie Lee.
And I'm not a rich man, and I'm not your friend, Rich, either. I'm
Thank you so much for your support of the Deep Purple podcast.
All right, so one last thing.
Okay.
One last thing before we get into the album. So since we were on, since this has turned into the fashion podcast, The Deep Purple
We
Fashion
have, we have
Cast.
endless clever names for our podcast offshoots, like the Fashion Podcast. One time, me and Jen were in, where were we? I think we were in Switzerland.
Mhm.
And there was this store. It was like a clothing store. And they were trying to say something in English, but they got it, like, they screwed it all up. So it said, it was like something fashion, and it said, "We fash on you," which doesn't make any sense, but it was like, so it's something that happened, I don't know, 15 years ago. We still, when we talk about fashion, we're always like, we fash on you. But go ahead, continue.
All right, so really quick. So while you reading the patrons, I opened up my phone to look for something, and really quick, it came on Facebook Marketplace, and I just see right here, $5 Satan cloak. So I'm like, okay. So I tap on it, and it's just and I mean, I'm sure it's a Halloween costume, so an old costume somebody's trying to get rid of, but it's just a red cloak with a big black stripe going down the front with pentagrams and upside down crosses.
Ooh.
Satan cloak, $5. Description: men's.
The cloak won't work on a woman.
That's it. It's $5. It's a men's cloak. No other explanation needed. I was hoping that I would find something hilarious to go with the theme of Halloween here, but that's what I got, folks. So somebody wants a $5 Satan cloak.
Well, get a screenshot of that. You can put it in the show notes.
All right. Actually, I'll
Satan cloak.
Yes, I'll send you the picture of Satan cloak right now.
Well, and while John sends me the picture, I am going to start off the album with the first album called "Stop!" with an exclamation point.
Sounds creepy.
A little percussion here. And as we stated, there's a lot of track changes. This one opens with Ray Gillen on vocals and
right.
Michael Sturgis on drums.
Can't you see something's wrong? Try telling me what's going on. Give me some time. Let's talk about it.
It's got really
You're not listening to a word I say.
it sounds like a bass like being doubled by a synth. A very powerful sound.
Yeah, very very processed 80s synth sound.
Stop before you break my heart. Love's tearing us apart. Oh, love is dying now. Stop.
Like a sequencer in the background.
I think so, because somebody was listed as, the guy from Aha, I believe, was listed as playing or doing sequencing as well. I'm sorry, keyboards sampler, Leif Johansson. What is that? That's like Michael Jackson, right?
Yeah, beat it.
Yep.
I think everybody kind of threw that in somewhere
Yeah.
around this time.
Ray Gillen's vocals sound amazing.
Oh yeah, Ray Gillen was a great vocalist. It is very bizarre for me to hear him in anything else, because when I first heard him, he was in Badlands.
Yep.
And that was a very kind of like bluesy, rootsy, back to basics rock type of thing. Which
Sorry, I just got the picture you sent of the Satan
you
cloak.
saw Satan cloak?
Is that it?
But it was, during like really late 80s, early 90s, where the pendulum swung in the exact opposite direction. So people that were doing this were just like, I'm going to do stripped down blues rock now.
Yeah.
So hearing Ray Gillen sing this kind of stuff is sounds kind of off to me because I don't know him. I didn't start off with him here.
Sure. This would what years were Badlands?
88 to 92 or 89 to 92, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 89. Yeah, so right on the cusp of the early 90s where everybody was, going stripped down with their sound, their look. Although I will say that the outtakes of him singing on Sabbath's Seventh Star? No, not Seven. That was what was the other one?
Well, he
Eternal Idol.
Eternal Idol.
Blew Tony Martin away. He was way better.
Yeah.
I liked him on that.
I love how this Satan cloak, there's like a little girl's like princess dress right beside it.
I missed that detail.
But yeah, it's as advertised. That is. I was like, well, what makes it a Satan cloak? And then I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, that's a Satan cloak.
There's very evil imagery all over it. Or very satanic imagery.
Yeah, there's weird symbols, an upside down cross, a pentagram. Covered all their bases.
Yeah.
Ooh, long. You know what? Now I'm having a flashback to the original Phenomena album. I seem to remember they had a lot of really long fades on that one too. Okay, so stop. What do you think about that one, John?
I'll give it a 2.5.
All right.
Thought it was okay. I mean, I obviously from what I was saying for the past few minutes, I love Ray Gillen, but the rest of it just seemed kind of like kind of stock 80s with a lot of keyboards and echoes and nothing really kind of original in there, honestly. But yeah, it kind of almost forgettable, I mean, even the other White Gillen couldn't save it. I'll stop saying that before it sounds like it'll turn into something that it shouldn't.
No.
No, you know what I mean.
I don't think I do, but that's probably for the best.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 3. I thought it was pretty good, but I thought it was a good song, but the tempo was like a little kind of slow and it didn't really go. I think I liked it better at the beginning than I did at the end. But pretty good track. And Gillen's vocals were very. I just thought he really did a great job on it. It sounded like he was giving it his all.
Yeah. I mean, he was. He was good. If anything, I've always heard some of his stuff pre Badlands, but I've never really heard him phoning it in, because he had that kind of upper range. He sang really. I mean, you could tell in this too. He's very dynamic vocalist, sang in that very high range, could also do the scream too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 100%. Okay. The next track up is called Surrender.
And who's vocalist on this?
Oh, we might know in a second, but let me look it up. Sounds like Hughesy in there somewhere, but let me... Yep, Hughes.
Yep.
Yeah, we would have been very obvious. I really like his delivery on this too. He's given that gritty Hughes that he doesn't have that grit much anymore.
No, but I also think that that's not his singing style.
No.
I mean, we know that he had that grit when he was really young, like in Trapeze, like the first couple of albums, or the first couple of albums
Yeah.
after the hippie album.
So I'm feeling like from the lyrics, it's kind of the same as last time. The songs don't seem like they're about anything. It seems like a lot of like cliches just looped together.
Well, that being said, I kind of this kind of gives me like a mid-'80s horror movie soundtrack song, like it would be playing over the closing credits or
of Nightmare on Elm Street 5 or whatever.
Yeah, because they had a lot of songs like this, especially in those franchise movies, like smack in the mid-'80s, that would have like rock songs. Like, you know, you had Doc End and Nightmare on Elm Street. You had Alice Cooper on Friday the 13th. And then probably like other just kind of like stuff that sounded like it from like maybe lesser known bands, but that's just the music or the sound of it. I don't know what the theme is or the lyrics for this, but he's talking about surrendering your soul.
No, it sounds like more like surrender in a love song sense. Like,
yeah, that's what I figured.
The look of love is in your eyes. Don't let this chance pass us by. Let's take it now. Even fools can win. Open your heart and let love in. But to me, this seems to kind of be very similar to the first one, where it's like, it doesn't seem to deliver on the promise of what that album cover says. And that seems like a weird thing to, and again, another really long fade. It seems like an unfair thing to judge it by, but I feel like if you're kind of playing that angle up, like I'm expecting this to tell, like, just looking at the album cover right now, I'll put it back up. It looks like the story I tell myself about this album cover is there's this young girl and she was trained by these like evil scientists to use her powers for bad, but she's discovered she can use them a different way. And she has to fight against these bad guys who have gathered in this council to try to bring her into custody so they could make her do their evil bidding. But she's fighting against them and she's not going to let it happen. And there's one or two good guys that are going to be on her side and there's going to be some sort of betrayal. You know, that's what I feel when I'm looking at this. I don't feel like, I don't feel like love's on an island in your heart, two loves but two worlds apart. That just sounds like every love song ever written. Like what? Like we've dealt with like 2 love songs so far. Like what does that have to do with what the imagery is?
Yeah,
you know, it's just odd to me. But that's just me. Okay, John, what do you think of Surrender?
I think that one was a little bit better than the opener. So I'll give it a 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought Hughesy sounded good. The music was kind of just reminiscent of stuff that I liked about that era. You know, the kind of sweeping chorus and the keyboards, dun, dun, dun,
yeah,
you know, just the whole, just all put together. It sounded very of the time. So,
yep,
not bad, good stuff.
I'll give it a 3 as well. I mean, I liked it. I don't want it to come across as like being harsh. I mean, the playing and everything on it's great. It's. I mean, it is what it is of being an album of that time.
Wow.
It's well done. I just don't. It just to me, there's that disconnect that I think I had the same trouble with the first one. Although the first one had more imagery, it had a bigger booklet. It had every song had its own like artwork to go along with it, and it was very compelling. And you're like, wow, this is going to be. It's going to tell this amazing story. And maybe you're probably happy it's not telling that story because, although I think you were more worried that it was going to be this. I think the thing that would worry me too, even more so than like just having weird proggy time signatures, would be like if there were these like spoken word skits in it, or like, oh, we're fighting so hard against them. Are we going to be able to hide? I don't know. Are they going to find us? I hope not. Let's go with like sound effects of like cars like racing away and people as they're running through that would be horrible. I'm glad they're not doing that.
No, I never. That's one of the things that I dislike the most about a concept album. I was never one for concept albums.
See, I was a big fan of the concept album in the right way. I don't like the kind like that, like I just described, where there'd be like literal sound effects and like, I don't think there's any place almost with no exceptions for like a spoken word thing. To me, I think the thing I love about Jesus Christ Superstar is it's the entire thing is told in song. There's not a single, there's no spoken word parts at all. And I think that's something I really enjoy about that as a concept album.
I meant more like bands doing a concept album.
Yeah, that's true. But even like theater, like I don't particularly like a play that bursts into song. It just seems like it just pick one. Be a movie or be a musical. Like I don't really like the combination of the two, but I'm the last guy to ask. I'm not like a big theater guy. So okay. On to the next track, which is called, well, I guess we're gonna have a third love song. It's called Did It All for Love. It'd be great if this one's like, there was a little girl and the scientists tried to steal her. All right. Follow along with the lyrics here. So is this John Wetton? Let's see. Yeah, John Wetton. I think that's the other part about it, right? If you're going to have multiple singers. Who's that?
Sounds like some lady.
There's no female vocalists credited.
Well, there's somebody singing.
Man, they did her dirty. She sounds great. Whoever the hell she is.
There's some lady on there singing.
Some lady. Thanks, Google Gemini, you piece of crap. The Hard Rock Project Phenomena 2, also known as Dream Runner, does not feature a female vocalist. Thanks. Clearly. Maybe that's Glenn Hughes, I don't know. Yeah, I can't find anything weird. I kind of like this. It's kind of like an 80s pop song. It's not like a AOR kind of thing, but
not at all.
So I'm going to send you a link to the thing I have that's got all the lyrics here. In case you want to follow along. You're like, I don't really want to.
Yeah.
Annoyingly, it doesn't have these songs listed in the order on the album, but so the chorus is "We shot the dice." Is that like an expression? Is that like a shot dice?
Yeah, shooting dice.
Oh, okay.
Like picture just like you know those, like those hoodlums that are standing there and they're throwing dice up against like the wall, and then the shopkeeper comes out with a broom and he's like, "Hey, kids, get out of here!" Right? That was shooting dice.
Oh, okay. I was like rolling dice, but.
Or, well, yeah, he'd be like, "Come on, roll them bones."
Is there a guy next to him doing the shell game?
Maybe. kind of catchy.
Yeah, I like this. So they played the game of love.
I like that. It sounds like they have the fretless bass synthesizer going.
I've got to say, so far Neil Murray's talents are wasted on this because I just can't make him out at all. It sounds very keyboard bass heavy.
Yeah. I mean, for all we know, it's just like Neil's like, hey, I got some bills that I gotta pay. Hey, we got this Project Phenomena too. All right.
Maybe is that him that we're hearing right there? That's really prominent. It just doesn't sound like a. It doesn't sound like a real bass. It sounds like a keyboard.
Yeah.
The photography for this album was by Joan Marindin and Rocco Redondo.
Oh.
Rocco Redondo.
Forget about it. It's forgotten. It's forgotten about.
All right. So that was the third track on the first side. Did It All for Love. John, what do you think of that one?
You know what, the chorus grew on me a little bit, so I'll give it a 3.
All right.
Yeah, starting off, I was not, didn't love it, but like I said, the chorus grew on me a little bit. Plus that,
I like kind of fake sounding.
The fake fretless
like
bass.
Fretless bass. Yep.
Yeah.
Or for all we know, it's a real fretless bass. Maybe they just
Yeah.
recorded it in a way that it sounds artificial. I don't know. But I'm like, so when I hear Neil Murray, I expect like the Neil Murray little flourishes and things he throws in. Maybe that was just the direction, was like, that's not what we're looking for this project. Then again, why do you ask your buddy Neil Murray to be on it? Because that's like what he's so good at. But I don't know. It just sounds like he's either buried in the mix or he's just doesn't sound like his typical self.
Yeah.
I'll give this one a 3 too. I toyed with, you know what? I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I do. This is the kind of thing I used to hate about the 80s, but it's just really grown on me. I'd say in the last like 10, 15 years, is just like kind of liking that sort of 80s synth sound where I used to hate it.
Yeah.
But so far, there's nothing like objectionably 80s sounding about it. Like, it's obviously very 80s, but it doesn't have that like super reverberated snare or anything like that. It's of its time, but it doesn't go so far in that direction that it's turning me off.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next one also sounds like it's a love song. It's called Hearts on Fire. And this is back to Glenn Hughes, I believe, on vocals. Yep. Could have just waited a second, I guess. The last set of lyrics was, the word was pass, and it said P-A star star, and I was like, what's going on there? And this one says carried on passion, and it's P-A star star I-O-N. They must have some sort of filter in here that like blocks out ass because it thinks it's like a bad word. This is so freaking, what a garbage website.
That's
passions waves.
Yeah, but then that would have to block like the word ass out of everything.
Yeah, like it sees ass and it blocks it. Wait. Oh, kill. Oh, it does for kill. It does K star star. Is that like too risque? Kill.
Maybe.
This website sucks.
I told you about the job application that I saw when I was at work. They had listed Dick's Sporting Goods, and like Dick's was
Yeah.
like censored.
They censored it
I'm
out.
like, wow.
And
Where
it
did
makes
you
it,
work? D star star CKS.
it's so the poor guy like worked at a totally normal place, and they were like, then now it looks like he did something illicit. That was hilarious. Yeah, I think you sent me a screenshot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the world we're living in with humans not being involved, just like AI making stupid decisions to. Unbelievable. Can't say the word passion because it has the word ass in it. Something that never in my life occurred to me that the word ass was in the word passion. But
Makes
now
things
I
funny.
know. See, when it said looking for the kill, I thought it was going to say looking for the kiss. I didn't know what it was. It was like ISS? Is that a bad word too? I feel like they've gotten the point across in this song. It's got about another minute left with another long fade, but yeah, it's. I guess I'll save it for my post-song rundown. Oh, nice little ride cymbal there. Where'd my drumstick go? Oh, there it is. I gotta be able to drum along.
Nate takes air drumming to a new level.
Yes.
No drums.
It'd be better
but
if
real
I
stick.
It's better if I could find another stick. I just took this one away from the dog. I don't know where the other one is. I got my E and paste sticks up there somewhere. I don't want the dog getting those. All right. Hearts on Fire with the long fade out here. John, what are you going to rank that one?
I'll give it a 3. Again, I think that I kind of the chorus grew on me a little bit. I mean, there were plenty of opportunity to hear it. It just kept repeating it over and over.
It was a lot, yeah.
One thing I noticed is like Hughes sounded fine, but I mean, you could kind of tell he wasn't at the peak
Yeah.
of his abilities. He sounded like he was just kind of like I don't know. It's weird. Like he doesn't sound bad. He doesn't sound like not. He doesn't sound not good. It's just that you could tell the difference between when he's like really putting his all into a performance and when he's just kind of like he's just singing, and it sounds like he's just getting through it.
Yeah.
Especially during some of the more like emotional parts or like hooks like at the end of the chorus where he didn't really go off or like hit a high note or something like you knew he would before this era or after this era. So you could tell he was like losing a little steam around this period. But that being said, like objectively good, like I'm sure that nobody would listen to this and be like, oh, this singer blows. Like,
Oh no, like if you just knowing what he's capable of,
yeah.
I think is the only reason you would think he was. I mean, admitted by his own admittance, this is probably one of the lowest points for him as far as drug use and all that sort of stuff. So he's just, he did sound a little bit hearts on fire.
Yeah, like he's straining a little bit.
Yeah, he was like croaking it out a little bit more, and those are like not hard notes for him to reach at all. Like it's very possible it wasn't even that. It was just that maybe he was just under the influence in the moment and just kind of not really mentally there.
But I would say, other than that, I thought it was pretty catchy song, like a hooky chorus. There was the I have some elements of like the '80s guitar solo I liked in there too. It was very like it sounded like really kind of chorusy, echoey, pinch harmonic-y, just a really kind of like, like a rockin' 80s solo, generic rockin' 80s solo. I liked it.
Okay. I'll give this one a 2.5. Again, what you said of the chorus was definitely, we got the point of the chorus. But
Hearts on fire.
But again, the lyrics, like hearts on fire. Just listen to the cliches that are in this. Hearts on fire, two hearts beat as one, running to the arms of love, chasing love's dream, free birds in flight, passion's wave, love's first kiss. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Looking for the kill is a weird one. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know what that means. But it's two ships passing by, colliding like shooting stars. It's just like a lot of just cliches. And it's just another, again, going back to the cover of the album. It's not what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting to hear. It's a compilation of love songs, but it looks like it's trying to be a concept album. And with the multiple singers, I think, they're playing characters, but what are the characters they're playing? Are they characters? I guess they're not. I guess they're just some guys singing some love songs, which is fine. It just doesn't seem like it's packaged that way.
Yeah, exactly. They're all love songs, and this is packaged like I said, it looks like a friggin' Queensryche album.
Queensryche, yeah, exactly. I'm expecting, when is somebody going to shoot a nun?
Well, maybe in the next track coming up, shooting a nun, that would be
maybe that's what he was going in for, the kill, is that nun. I don't know. I haven't seen any nuns referenced yet, but we'll keep our ears open as we get into the next track, which is the last track on side one, Jukebox. This one is sung by your boy Max Bacon, short for Maximum Bacon.
I mean, is there any other?
I mean, it's the best
any other kind.
I'm telling you, that's why his brother Minimum Bacon wouldn't get any work.
Okay. So, first impressions. Is Max Bacon like a kind of like a what do they call that? Like a cover name or a surname?
It's got to be. I mean, who's named Max? I guess there's people that have the last name Bacon. He could be his real name.
No, but what do they call that when you pick a fake name, like a pseudonym?
Yeah.
Yeah, for Michael Sweet from Stryper.
Oh.
I was gonna say, this dude sounds just like Michael Sweet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just a really like kind of a very clean, powerful, kind of high range voice, which I don't hate.
He's got that clean sound that like you usually expect from Glenn Hughes that you're not hearing on this album. He's got a little more grit, which I tend to like, honestly, but he is very squeaky clean, this guy. He sounds great.
Good job, Bacon.
Oh, Rich will like this. He was Max Bacon was on Steve Howe's 1999 release, Portraits of Bob Dylan.
Now, would he really like that or no?
Well, you know, Steve Howe.
Oof.
Yeah, that was like really squeaky. It's like they stepped on a mouse at the end of that solo.
I'm happy. I'm happy that Max Bacon sounds awesome because I wanted to like him.
You were
I wanted to, like-
predisposed to like him already, so.
But in that jukebox, it's got that kind of a like a Styx kind of sound to it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So maybe a little bit of Dennis DeYoung in there. Circa Mr. Roboto.
It seems like it's not a love song.
Well, unless you're talking about being in love with the jukebox. Falling in love at the jukebox.
I'm in love with a jukebox.
I mean, whenever I hear jukebox, all I think about is Fonzie hitting it. Hey! Hey!
I'm glad that it was that. Like when I hear a song titled Jukebox, I'm like I just feel like it's gonna be like some cheesy song about how things were so much better back when we had a jukebox or whatever. I don't know. Or it's gonna be like some piano rocker that's like really lame. But I thought that was pretty good. What do you think about that one?
I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
All right.
I genuinely liked it. I think that it's I think the music is pretty good in the on the whole album so far. It's got a really I don't want to say like memorable or original, but it's definitely hooky. I feel like they're just like, all right, what chord patterns or what kind of like musical sounds or things that people do today like really draw people in, because you know that song doctors and songwriters and everybody, they're just like, oh, if you go from like, D to this, then it makes people think this. So I think that it gives me that impression, is that they're just like, I don't want to say at the time, they're just like, hey, how can we be really 80s? Because it's like, you don't say that in the 80s, or maybe they did. I don't know.
How could we be really 80s on this song?
How could we be really now on this song? Yeah, well, I mean, they could say that. How could it be really current or
We
whatever?
want to be now. What's happening?
Well, I think they want to be current, even with that whole that kind of throwing the little thing from Beat It, which is
Yeah. Yep.
kind of like a little nod or a little wink to it or whatever. But so I think that objectively, like the music is really like, if you wanted to put on something in 2025 that you're just like, oh, what's a real time capsule? Like what's a real kind of poppy synthy 80s album that we could put on with some cool songs? Like this would be it, kind of in the background type of stuff. But so yeah, I think this song's another one of them. But I think the bonus too is that the vocalist was really strong. And I mean, all kidding aside, I think he had a really good voice. He really delivered.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, is like anything on this album right now, anything that I would ever play again or like seek out? Probably not. But since we're critiquing it and listening to it, I mean, I'll give props where it's due. Like this guy so far is like, I would rather hear him than Hughes right now, because I think he's performing at a much better level.
Yeah. All right, I'll give this one a 3.5 as well. I thought it was probably the strongest song on the album so far.
Yeah.
Well done. Lyrically, again, it wasn't the cliches like from last time, but it's lyrically kind of generic, like somewhere beyond the horizon, standing in silence, hidden by dreams. It's like, it's this kind of, this podcast I listened to like a while back had this thing where they were just kind of like, are these songs about anything? That was kind of what they said. And I was like, oh yeah, there's a lot of songs like that, like where you're just like, oh, I feel it in my soul, swirling in the horizon, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, well, what are you actually talking about? Like, I need to be able to relate to it in some way, like, or read the lyrics and go, oh, okay, that's what that's about. But you read the lyrics here and you're like, either, oh, it's just a song about love, or it's a song that's just like, I don't know what the hell this is about. It certainly doesn't sound like it's about a jukebox.
No, I mean, it has more like that kind of rockin', when he goes like jukebox, it's not like, it sounds very it's kind of a simple catchy chorus. It's nothing, it's not like he was going jukebox and it's like, all like, minor chords. Something that sounds really weird.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, we flip this record over. We get to side 2 with a song. This is a very confounding song, so I'm going to have to definitely read the lyrics. It's called 6655 4.
Ooh.
Is that like trying to be like 25 or 6 to 4? Ooh. These 80s horns. They sound like real horns. There's no horns listed. Well, maybe they're not. Another Hughesy song.
Oh, all right.
Oh, it's a phone number. Maybe.
All right, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Well, it's like call me. It's written out 66, comma 55, comma 44. But he's saying 66, 55, 44. I don't know. Was that like how phone numbers worked in the 80s wherever they were? Like six numbers? Here we would have like 7 numbers if you didn't have to dial the area code.
Maybe they were like measurements.
Or if you had a kid that lived in like a really small town, you could just dial 4 numbers. Measurements. She was 66, 55, 44. Whoa. She was like she was like a large inverted triangle.
That's some kind of woman. Oh.
That is some kind of woman. What is the line from Baby Got Back? Only if she's 5'3". Waiting for the lightning strike.
This is good.
I like this.
I don't know if I like the chorus.
No?
66,
I don't like it.
5, 5.
I like this. Sounds like that's actually non-fade out ending, but I am currently on a web page called, or a Wikipedia page called History of Telephone Numbers in the United Kingdom. I'm not getting any answers. Maybe that's how they worked. Who knows? I know, I'm sure a lot of our listeners know, and they're like, Nate, you idiot. Of course, that's so. phone numbers were. What do you think about this one, John?
I mean, honestly, I'd like to kind of hear it again.
That would be unprecedented.
No, I mean,
Let's
like
play the whole thing again.
Yeah, let me go back and hear it again so I can rate it. No, I would say like this is one where I feel like I wish that I could go back and pay a little bit more attention, but because I'm on the fence because it has that kind of like that kind of big riff driven AOR kind of sound to it a little bit, you know. But probably the strongest Hughesy song on here so far. I'll give it a 3. I'll give it a 3.5 because I don't I don't really love the chorus. I think that if it were something else, like I mean I get it. It sounds very, very kind of poppy or whatever with it. 6 5 double da 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 da. It's like the double number thing. It hit my ear wrong, I think.
Okay.
You know, but I think like the I mean that's classic, you know, and it sounded big, it sounded crunchy. Yeah, I mean, and I really like the verses, and I think that even though Hughes still sounded like he was like, well, let's say 80% of his powers, right? I think he came off really well in this.
Yeah. All right. I will give this one a 3.5. I liked it. I like this one. I like when I saw that the way it was written out was very weird. I was thinking like 55, but it's 6 6 5 4.
Well, now I get it. I mean, when I read it before, I was like, is this some kind of like avant-garde instrumental type of thing?
Right. It seemed very like it's just an odd title reading it. Now it makes a little more sense. But yeah, I really like that track. I thought it was one of the better tracks that we've heard so far.
Yeah.
And the next track up is called No Retreat, No Surrender.
I don't like it when they do that, when they use a surrender. It's like we already had a song title on there that had surrender in it.
We already had one. Never surrender. We will fight them on the streets. We will fight them in the sea. Is this Ray Gillen again?
Oh, you tell me.
Yes.
I think it is.
Oh, so we got 3 Ray Gillens in a row now. Wow.
Ooh, all right.
What are you laughing at?
Feel like putting this song on and doing some one-armed push-ups in the woods.
In the woods. When it's and there's snow on the ground and you're like, you see the breath.
Yeah. And then you'll see a montage of me running up a hill with like, you know, a stick on my back with 2 buckets of water on each side. Yes, this is in a specific subgenre of what I call workout songs
or training montage music.
Training montage music. This, which is a cool thing. I like that.
Oh yeah,
because it's very anthemic.
I'm a sucker for a good training montage. It would be great if they put on like Winston Churchill's speech over this, like over the like an instrumental part. We shall fight them on the beaches. We shall fight them in the streets. We shall fight them on the landing grounds.
No, this was a few years later.
We shall
They
never
weren't getting
surrender.
They're not getting that deep right now.
Nice.
Do you feel like you hear Neil Murray a little bit more? Even though he's really not doing a lot, you hear a little more bass.
Yeah, a little bit. I guess I'm just greedy and I want to hear those tasty little Neil Murray fills and all over the place.
Yeah, I mean,
but Neil Murray is also incredibly smart and mature as he's got great musical IQ, so he's probably like, that's not what this music needs. It needs something more straight ahead.
I'm saying I'm glad that I'm hearing a bass. I mean, it's like, I don't necessarily know that it's Neil Murray playing. I mean, it could be Joe the Dope playing, you know? It's like, but I mean, it's just.
He's holding the bass like upside down. The body of the bass is up here. We really should have called Neil in on this one.
All right. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for take one? I don't know. All right, Joe, take it easy.
He's not that smart, but he works cheap.
I was just saying, it's like for the for the chorus of the song, I just noticed that I heard the bass, but it was chugging along, so it doesn't sound like it's incredibly complex. Like, would you need to bring in Neil Murray for this? No, but if that was him, I liked what he brought to the table in this song. Like, for better or for worse. So,
all right. So, what do you think of this one?
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 4.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, I thought that it was. This is probably one of the best on the album. I mean, I love Ray. I like that. I really like the verse and the chorus. Like, the verse was really like, it had like the whole song kind of had a driving element to it. Like it kind of kept up the pace, and it really, to use the turn of phrase again, hit my ear in the right way.
Mm-hmm.
So I really think that we're getting a lot of kind of AOR type choruses on this album. Now that I've kind of like decided on that, you know, that's what's really, I think, you know, trying to, that's what's getting us there, because you have like a lot of I don't know, like White Snake 87 meets Foreigner, Survivor, Asia influences in there. I think that's what this album is trying to be.
Yeah. And it just sounds like it's done on a lower budget. You know, it's the same sort of thing, but you can just tell from the production and maybe the time they had in the studio or the equipment or whatever, a laundry list of reasons. It's not like as polished as some of that stuff would be, but that's clearly what they're going for.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that it's you know, there were some decent songs coming out of it. Like, now I don't really care about what the album cover says. I mean, maybe they could have chosen a different concept or whatever, because clearly that lies to you about what is within. Like you remember what I said during the Gary Moore episode, where he had that original album cover, for
Corridors of Power?
Yeah, for Corridors of Power, and then there was the original one, and then there was the re-release one where it's him live, like with a bunch of pink fog, and
it looks like a live album.
Yeah. Well, but it also looks really 80s. And if I were to look at both of those, and I've actually listened to the album a bunch of times after the episode now, similar to how I did with like Michael Schenker uh, anything with Graham Bonnet on it.
Sure.
But it's like that second album cover from Gary Moore would have got me to buy it more than the first one
Mm.
if I was just looking at the album cover. So I feel like if they had, I don't know, something kind of more glitzy or more something that looks like it sounded like this, then I don't know. I would have just walked right by this. Or if you showed it
Yeah.
to me, I would have been like, nah, not interested if you didn't play it for me. But like that notwithstanding, I think what's contained within is pretty decent stuff.
Yeah. I'll give this one a 3.5. I liked it a lot too. Probably the strongest song on the album so far.
Mhm.
For me. But yeah, really enjoyable, good chorus. Lyrics again are kind of a little bit kind of telling a story, just kind of a story about running and fighting and not surrendering. But oh God, one of the lyrics is right on the button, and don't you know they starred that out because it has the word "but" in it. A word that any 5-year-old could use in church and be okay with, but they freaking this site stinks.
I was like when I was a kid, and I would say I would like push the envelope and say like damn,
Yeah.
but I would say DAM, and my parents would be like, ah, don't say that, and I'd be like, no, I'm talking about like the thing that holds back water. Trying to find a loophole. So I'd be
you should have been a lawyer.
I'd be like, fuck.
Oh no, I was
No, not like the way that you would hurt someone. I meant like making love. So
I meant in a beautiful way in order to bring a baby into the world.
Yeah, no, I meant fuck, like in a beautiful way.
Like two people that just love each other so much.
Like zero 0% of people have used that in a tenderly romantic way. It's just like, honey, let's light up the fire tonight and drink some Pinot Noir, and then we'll go and we'll tenderly fuck on the bearskin rug. I'll fuck you tenderly on the bearskin rug.
Tenderly.
All right. I just realized something too, that if you leave that in, I'm sure that there are going to be sound clips that are going to be taken from that and put into my deep thoughts.
I hope not.
Yeah, me too.
Not those kinds of deep thoughts.
Filthy thoughts by me.
I don't know if our deep thoughts editor Mark Roback will cut those out, but okay. The next track up is called "Move, You Lose." It's an exclamation point. So. This is another Ray Gillen song. Move, you lose.
Sounds very similar to the last one. That kind of...
It's building some tension here.
I'm kind of upset. We don't get any more bacon?
No, just that one.
We only want one bacon vocal?
This doesn't sound like Max Bacon at all. We need more bacon.
Well, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying.
It's weird. That doesn't show up in the lyrics, whatever. That's something that, you begin to shiver. It shows up at the end here.
Not bad. Some good stuff.
Yeah, singing's great.
I think the music too.
Yeah.
Did you hear Neil Murray? It's like he's not doing a lot, but I mean,
I can hear him. But it's nothing is drawing me into the bass playing necessarily. Like,
no, I think I just hear kind of like the fullness of the bass kind of cutting through a little bit, and I just noticed it.
It's got a little bit of like a snarl on this one that I like. But the thing I really like about Neil Murray's playing is it's generally like it blends in with the song, but then it calls out in these certain parts that it kind of comes to the forefront. But but again, for this style of music, I don't think that's what they're looking for. But I love, his playing in Whitesnake, where it just like it'll jump out at you when he throws in a little fill or something. All right, what do you think of "Move You Lose"?
Give it a 2.5.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of middle of the road. I feel like it was very repetitive of the previous song, the previous song.
The most previous. It's the previous.
Yeah. It's the previous of all the previous is. But yeah, I felt like it was almost kind of like very too similar when the song started. I felt like it was a continuation of the other one. So it almost felt like it was like, all right, we're hearing kind of a throwaway track, or the songs are starting to sound the same type of thing. But it was okay.
Yeah, I'll give it a 3. It had to like kind of move you lose. It was pretty catchy, but it was also like, again, I just keep coming to it with this album. It's like, but what is it about? Like, take my hand, let's walk in a straight line, keep it close, keep it out, keep in time, hold on, move you lose, standing in the spotlight, fingers on the trigger. But like, I just don't understand what these songs are about and what they, and again, like, we're usually not lyrics guys, and I'm not a lyrics guy either, but I just can't help, but it's just, there's this idea that there's a story going on that I just don't, but I don't think it's there. I don't think the story is there.
No, I don't. I mean, like I said before, I abandoned the.
Yeah, we're 2 tracks left. I mean, I don't know why I'm still
the idea that it's a concept album or anything. So. Yep.
The next track up, and for some reason, the second I saw this track, the title of it just makes me laugh. It's called "Emotion Mama." I don't know why "Emotion Mama" just makes me laugh. Emotion Mama. That's such a strange.
Yeah.
It's only 2 words, but it's so weird. Reading along with the lyrics, it seems like Ray Gillen is kind of not through his fault. I just feel like he had the lyrics and he's like, I'm gonna do my best, but I'm having trouble squeezing these in. You know, it doesn't seem to scan with the music.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I get.
Like, I'm Ray Gillen, so it's gonna sound amazing. But
yeah, that's what I get from all the songs on this album. Yeah.
It sounds like he's trying to squeeze too many words into one. Like when they overdub something in English that was done in Japanese, and the translation is too much, and the characters start talking really fast.
But I kind of feel like all the songs on this album just has a kind of like each vocalist, or each time the vocalist walked in, they had the lyric sheet there, and it wasn't anything personal or connected to them. And
yeah,
you know, to your point of saying like, all right, I'm going to do the best I can with this, whether it's squeezing in a bunch of words or just being like, all right, I'm going to sing this, but I don't know what it means.
Right.
Or what it's supposed to be talking about here. It's just words.
Yeah, but you've got 4 guys who are incredible singers, so they're going to put their heart into it, and it's going to sound great. But
right, but even so, you know, you can hear when there's like an emotion connected to the performance, as opposed to just somebody just doing a good vocal.
But can you hear if there's an emotion mama connected to the performance? That was a fake laugh. For anyone listening at home, don't be fooled. Emotion Mama. All right, John. What do you think of Emotion Mama? I just think it's fun. It's fun to call a woman mama. That doesn't happen. Even in 1987, I feel like that was too late for it. Like, nobody calls like their like girlfriend or whatever mama anymore. Hey,
I know,
mama.
I know Blanche did on the Golden Girls. She's like, my mama.
Oh yeah, my mama.
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy and mama. I mean, I think I'm
your mama. You know, like that, not like, hey, mama.
But I think for your mama you do, but like for a significant other, I don't think you'd be like, hey, mama. Like, it's something that.
A few years later, didn't what's his face on Saved by the Bell call his girlfriend that?
Who called his
girlfriend? Mario Lopez. What do you
AJ?
Yeah,
AJ AC Slater. AC Slater. Yeah.
BJ Slater, whatever his name was. Yeah, Slater and Showgirls. He was like
her name is Showgirls.
How come I can't remember these people?
I can't think of it.
Slater and Jesse, that's it.
Jesse, yeah.
What's and he was just like, name? He'd be like, huh? Oh, Christ. How come I can't remember?
Yeah, Showgirls.
Yeah, Showgirls. Whatever her name was.
Elizabeth Berkley.
There we go. Yeah.
There we go.
And it was like she would call him whatever his name was, and his nickname for her was Mama. He's just like, all right, Mama. And because
you're a high school student calling your girlfriend mama.
Well, no, because he called Zach Morris Preppy.
Yeah. Right.
And then he called his girlfriend mama, and then she called him, I don't know, like something that like alluded to the fact that he was like a big dunderhead, you know.
He calls her mama. He calls her dummy.
Well, something like that, because she was like the progressive woman of the show and whatever. So he would like kind of,
So
trivialize
she
her.
doesn't call him Papa?
No.
That would be really gross. It's so gross enough that he calls her Mama.
No, I'll think of it.
All right. So emotion. Have we talked about emotion, Mama? Yes, 2.5. I'll give it a 2 actually. Because I think it like the lyrics were really, again, sung as best as you could, but it's like, how am I supposed to feel? Touch me, is this real for once in my life? He's kind of like rushing through it because it just doesn't seem like it scanned right. Or maybe, I've done that before. Like I've when we used to record songs, I'd write out the lyrics and I'd have an idea in my head of like what the rhythm or the cadence or whatever would be of them. But then you give it to somebody else to sing and they have a different idea and sing it in a different way. So like, I feel like maybe that should have been rewritten. Or the more I think about it, the more I think you've got 4 really good singers. And presumably they are all capable of writing lyrics. It might have been better to say, okay, this is the album, this is the idea and the concept. Glenn Hughes, this song is about the part where the character does this and this, or sing about this particular thing. This is what I want to have happen. Here's the name of the song. Here's a vague idea for a chorus, and have them flesh it out so that it belongs to them and they'd be able to sing it a little bit better. I think maybe that would have given it a little bit more. It would feel a little bit more lived in rather than I came in to sing this and it might not work as well anymore. Maybe the way that they were singing it when they wrote it, or when Tom was writing it out, like he had an idea in his head, but then you get somebody that's a great singer in to sing it, and they have a different idea. I don't know. Just throwing that out there. Emotion, Mama.
All right. So I was also while you were chatting here, while you were talking, I had to do a little sleuthing. Jesse's nickname for Slater on Saved by the Bell was Macho Pig.
Okay, a little less affectionate than Mama, but less gross. Honestly,
doesn't quite roll off the tongue.
Macho Pig.
Yeah, and he usually fired back by calling her Mama, probably to tease her because she was so outspoken and feminist minded in the show. So.
Yeah, Mama. Do you remember in Adventures in Babysitting when they go to the college party?
It's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah, me too, but I've seen it a million times. So they go to this college party and there's a guy there and he's like, the kids are at the college party and they're drinking. Not the kids, but the college party people are like drinking and stuff because they're in college. And they like one of the kids ends up making out with one of the college guy's girlfriends. And like he gets mad. He's like, I'm gonna beat your ass. And they're like, hey, get out of here. And they call him a big dumb bohunk. Like, oh, knock it off, you big dumb bohunk.
I love that bohunk.
Yeah, that's a good one, bohunk. And I think I looked it up, like, because I was watching it with Jen years ago. I was like, what the hell does that even mean? I guess it's like some sort of thing you like. It's an Eastern European provenance that you'd call like a big dummy who was like a mimbo sort of situation. He's a male bimbo. He's a mimbo.
Bohunk.
You big dumb bohunk. All right, so the last song on this album is called It Must Be Love.
It must be.
Doesn't sound like it's love at this point. It sounds like you're in a dungeon.
This sounds like the album cover.
Yes, exactly. They're going to fit the whole concept into this one song. It's called It Must Be Love, but it's going to be a song about this girl with the psychokinetic powers. And ooh, it's like a little pan flute there. Oh, Max Bacon returns for this one. Sorry, I forgot to tell you.
Yes! Bacon is back.
The big bacon clothes.
Not Sizzling.
Move over, Bacon. Here comes something leaner.
Ugh.
This one doesn't seem to have. It's like I have an intruder in the studio.
Your
Chased
Your
away
hand-
the.
your
Chased
hand
away the
gesture
intruder.
said it all. Is it one of your kids?
Yeah, it was not important.
All I saw was this.
Get out of here.
Just you wildly gesturing, like, get the fuck out of here.
She wants me to put in a password for something.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know if I like this.
No? I kind of like the vibe of it. It's a little bit sexy at this point. Drowning in passion behind locked doors. Max Bacon's finally getting some. All right. Long fade out to end the album. Must Be Love. What do you think of that one, John?
I'm gonna give it a 2.
Okay.
I wasn't feeling it.
No.
No,
It wasn't love for you?
No, it was. It must be. It must be boredom. But you know what? Even if this was like, even if it was the track listing, like I don't know if it was a great way to end the album, but you had all these like high intensity rockers.
Yeah.
And even if this was somewhere else in the album to kind of break it up or whatever, it felt. I don't know. It didn't feel like it really fit.
Okay.
You know, like maybe like more of a, I don't know, like I'm trying to think like
Like a frantic sort of.
well, no, like maybe like a Styx style ballad or something like that, or Steve Perry sounding to, you know what I mean, something like that.
Yeah.
And this just sounded kind of like, I don't know, weird.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'll give it a 3. I kind of liked it. I kind of like the vibe of it. I like the kind of plodding, synth-driven feel of it.
Mhm.
And then like kind of maybe halfway through the song or maybe even more, the drums kind of come in. And I thought it was kind of cool. Like you can end an album with like a barn burner. You can end one with like kind of a something to bring you down if there's been this like intensity before it. I don't think there was necessarily intensity before it unless you rearrange the tracks so that maybe you have like the No Retreat, No Surrender, Move You Lose. But the Motion Mama kind of already brought it down a little bit, and then it ended with this one.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that's it. So while John tabulates the results on our ratings spreadsheet, I will thank our foundation level patrons, our final group of patrons for this evening's episode. I say evening, it's like daytime for us.
Yeah.
But starting with £3 50 pence Deep Purple New York tier, we have Lord Longford. At the £3 aromatic feed tier, Simon Ford and Richard Breese. At the €3.50 tier, Weston Supermare Pilgrim. At the 293 pence tier, we have
Blackmore Tights.
At the $3.33 Halfway to Evil tier, we have Stephen Sharp. At the $3 Nobody's Perfect tier, we have Peter Gardeau.
I saw the signs.
Yeah, that was the one I think I put in. Yeah.
Ian DeRosier. Mark Roback. Stuart McCord. Ivan Fjellbu. Runar Simonsen. Ruinous Inadequacies, Corey Morissette. We have to shave that one down.
Yeah, keep saying that.
I know, but then I won't do it. Joe Sigler. Joe Dopefish Sigler. Adam Cork, Tim Wood, Steve Down to Earth Kohler.
Make your love.
Michael, Matt R, and Jesus Christ Superstar. At the 10 Cold Hard Danish Kroner tier, we have Karsten Lau.
Cold Hard Danish Kroner.
And at the $1 made up name tier, we have the Catacomb Mama Leaky Mausoleum. Stephen Somerville, the Concerto 1999 Fanatic. Hank the Tank, Private Eyes, Ashen Lionel, Swapper, the Electric Alchemist, Andres Engstrom, ICDC, Durple Purple, David Haddam, Graham Bonnet's Disco Pants and Haircuts.
I said, Graham, you know, our audience expects you to be a bit more dirty.
Disco Pants and Haircuts, yeah.
I'm just going to put my guitar across his head.
Eddie Lyon.
Homosexual.
And Sick Tone.
Just about to close up the library.
Thank you so much to all of you for your generous support of the Deep Purple podcast, but you know what time it is.
Well, John's busting out the spreadsheets, and he's fumbling with the tabs. Oops, he sorted it the wrong way. Now he can't tell what is bad.
All right, John, where does Phenomena 2 rank in our album's ranking spreadsheet?
Okay, so Phenomena 2, it's a 5.95 combined rating. So kind of near the bottom. 3.05 from you, 2.9 from me. So it's between Not of This Earth by Satch and Slipstreaming by Nick Simper's Fandango.
There you go.
I think objectively not a bad album, but it's just like, I think it sits down there because it just kind of, just suffers from really being kind of generic, for lack of a better word, having really any kind of a strong personality or, I mean, a great group of musicians in here and stuff, but just like, not all of them, not all these like quote unquote super groups can be like a home run.
Yeah. And it's not really a super group such as much as it is like a studio project.
Right.
So it's got some great stuff, but I feel like, again, just the promise of what you're going to get isn't delivered upon. I don't understand. Like, what's the Dream Runner? Like, what does that mean? And I don't know. Why do I feel it has to mean something so much more than I do with other albums? Like, there's other albums we review that have the same thing. It's just a collection of songs. But what is it about this that makes my reaction be, where's the story? What is going on here? What ties it together?
I mean, it could be anything from the album cover to the, could be the songwriting.
Singers.
Yeah, it could be the songwriting. Yeah, exactly. The way the musicians
The fact that
delivered
it's a
it, the
sequel to the
performances.
original Phenomena 2 Dream Running, Electric Boogaloo. Why is it? I guess that way it is a sequel to the original, and that it doesn't tell a story. Like there's no story that goes through.
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. I mean, if it's presented as like you look at it and you're like, oh, okay, this is like a concept album in 2 parts type of thing, then you might think that, but it doesn't give you that. So
yeah, and I guess listeners can tell me, am I being unfair in expecting that? Like, you know what I mean? Am I off base? Is what I'm asking. Like, that's what I keep asking myself. Like, why am I holding these albums to that standard? Why am I expecting to get that out of this? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I would say the album is memorable enough that we're in a year from now when you're just like, all right, time for Phenomena 3. What do you remember about Phenomena 2? I'll be like, tell you what I told you about 1 this year. I don't know.
I don't remember. I remember Emotion Mama.
All right, I'll remember that. I'll remember Phil Bacon or whatever his name is.
You know what you should do is
what was his name?
Oh, Max Bacon.
Oh, all right.
We should have I hate AI, but I wonder what would happen if it asked AI to generate a woman with the proportions 66, 55, 44.
They'll be in the show notes, folks.
Yeah, I don't know. Photoshop always, like if I try to use the AI in Photoshop, it will often tell me like it can't. I'm like violating the terms of service because for some reason it thinks, I don't know if I'm trying to make, I'll be like, the only thing I use it for is like our pictures like are cut off, like our arms are cut off. So I'm usually like, finish making arms on this body. And sometimes it'll be like, oh, are you trying to make porn? I'm like, no. And then it just changes you into an Asian woman. And I'm like, okay, this is freaking useless. So I don't even really use it that much anymore because it's total waste.
Or an octopus, or gives Paul tits, or, it's just.
That's right. Give Paul a chest.
It gave him an ample bosom.
It did. It did him wrong.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, boy. All right. Well, folks, thank you so much for joining us. I don't know. I can't explain my thoughts on that album, but I can say I had a fun time listening to it with you here tonight.
Yeah, me too. It was
still not night. I don't know why I'm saying that.
Yeah, not as I don't know, not as spooky. Not as spooky as I thought it would be for this Halloween episode. There were some spooky parts.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that we'll drop in some spooky references. Like I have another one for before we sign off.
Okay. Make sure your original sound for musicians is on because I might not hear anything.
No, I'm not going to do anything crazy.
All right. Well, folks, thank you so much. As this airs, it'll be the week of Halloween. So we'll be back. We'll be into November next week, and who knows what that month will hold. So,
we know.
We know. All right, folks. Have a great night, and I'll see you later.
Home. I have no home. Hunted. Despised. Living like an animal. The jungle is my home. Another Lugosi classic. Blue.
See you next week, folks.
Bye.
If you like the Deep Purple podcast and would like to support the show, please consider joining our Patreon or donating on PayPal. Patrons get full access to the podcast, Discord server, ratings, spreadsheets, and live stream invites. You can also leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts to help new people discover the show. You can follow the show on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, or Threads. You can also check out the website at deeppurplepodcast.com for show notes and more. Contact us via email at John or Nate at deeppurplepodcast.com. Thanks for listening.